We're fucking rolling.
Right. It sucks I can't smoke, so I'm just gonna smoke cigarettes while y'all smoke cat.
Heard.
What up, ninjas? It's your boy Naptown Ninja AJ. I got fucking Beat the Ninja with me, as always.
As always, like a fucking tumor on the side of his ass. There is me, Be the
Gonna
Ninja.
poke it and shit every once in a while.
Yeah, man, get it going, oozing.
This motherfucker right here, we here. Today was special.
Super special.
Fucking, we went and attended AW, and filmed, by the way, for you motherfuckers, AWR Deathmatch Tournament. Like, I don't think it had an official title other than, I've been running around for weeks like, Deathmatch! My 3-year-old was like, Deathmatch! So, we've been doing that shit for weeks. The shit went down today.
Yeah,
And
look at my guy's forehead over here, man.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up. Yeah.
rumor, just the other day, right, P? Shout out P. Said that he heard, I was promoting the show, and he said, man, I heard Corp is going to be in that deathmatch tournament, and I heard that it's Corp's last deathmatch tournament, and I was like, what? No way. So we went there, we watched the shit, it went down, and now here we are with the legend, the man himself. Go ahead, man. I know I stole it.
I was like, he's just going to do it. I was going to let you just do it. He didn't have enough excitement on it.
I hit him with the legend. I can't get excited.
The legend, the brains behind one of the greatest promotions in wrestling. Not only does this man know the fucking psyche of wrestling, but he'll get in there and kick your ass and show you how he learned it. So, without further ado, put your fucking hands together, applaud, light your blunts, light your joints, say woo woo to the one, the only, Corporal Robertson. What is up?
What's up, homies?
Did you just say fucking Robertson?
Yeah, it's Robinson.
You motherfucker,
I'm sorry.
man.
He done fucked up my whole game.
You fucking, we can just, y'all fucking take nothing. We get this legendary interview. And you come in here with the fucking Robertson.
I didn't even realize I said that. Did I really say that?
What the fuck?
I didn't even realize that I said that. Look how embarrassed I am. I didn't even realize that.
Seriously. That's why I was doing it, because I already knew that you was going to fuck it up.
I'll take one.
Alright, so...
Alright, then give it the proper pizzazz that it needs.
It's Robinson, motherfucker. That's what the fuck it is. There's the pizzazz.
What did I say?
You said Robertson. Who the fuck is Robertson?
Yeah. I don't even know a wrestler named Robinson.
What the fuck?
I know a lot of wrestlers.
Oh my god, I don't know why I said that.
Alright, so...
That's fucking funny.
But it's the shiznit, and that's fucking hilarious.
That's fucking funny, dude. I can't even believe that I fucked up your name, and I know your name.
That's like every boys.
Alright, so
Hey,
now you
look,
done fucked
Steve,
up.
we're just gonna put it this way. It's Steve.
Alright.
It's kind of fucked up because I've never sat and watched somebody do an interview.
Yeah.
And then turn around and then do an interview.
Reverse.
You trying to make him a different person?
Busy motherfucking
Is
schedule.
that what happened?
I'm trying to separate you.
You trying to make him a different person?
I made you an alter ego.
I'm a new character. It's a new character.
Fuck.
Corporal
Right.
Robertson's coming back. Robinson's done.
There you go.
New gimmick.
The new gimmick.
New gimmick.
New spelling. Alright, so for y'all that have been fucking with us for a while, y'all know we're selective as fuck with the wrestling interviews that we do. If you're a rapper, a rock star, all that, we interview you. We don't give a fuck who you are.
It's true.
We don't give a fuck. But as far as wrestlers, that shit's near and dear to our heart. So we're selective as fuck. So you may have seen the fucking interview we did with Raven, or with Too Tough Tony, or with Madman Pondo, and now fucking Corporal Robinson. And all y'all seem to have... I'm fucking it up now. Oh, it's a new gimmick, right? Alright, anyway, all y'all seem to have something in common in y'all's story, and that's roots right here in Indianapolis
100%.
at a company called WCWO.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So how does that come about? Is that like where you go? Well, I'm sorry.
That's where
not
you start to before backyard feds were around. You know what I'm saying?
Just like, what's a time frame? Give me. Like,
I would say when I was there, when I first did it, was 97.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was right out of the Marine Corps, literally.
Okay.
And Joey Owens actually hit me. You know what I'm saying? Me and him got real cool. And his dad had started a wrestling school, and I was with a couple people in Louisville, and Joey and them had come down. They were doing shows at the back in Jeffersonville, Indiana. They were doing it at the back of this fucking old Big Lots. Again, Big Lots went out of business. So they were doing these little bitty wrestling shows, which I thought were the shit, you know. And he was like, well, man, you can become a wrestler. And I was like, what the fuck? All right, I can do this. So I went home and I bought every Japan DVD, and I bought every WWF DVD. I spent like $600.
Damn.
More than I ever got paid the first 2 years out of the business. And I watched them all. I was like, I can do this. Because these guys were the shits. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I could do better than that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I see these cats doing it. I mean, I can fucking do way better than this fat motherfucker.
So was that like, watching was that your like first introduction into wrestling?
That's my first introduction as me being a performer.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's your first time studying.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? To where, I'm out of the Marine Corps, I'm in great shape. You know, back then I was 210, slick fucking, you know, I could bench press 300. You know, I was in tip-top shape just coming out of recon school. Just got back from combat out of Bosnia. And I was in huge shape. Luckily for me, Tracy Smothers was on the show, you know, and he's like, Court, you got to get away from this and into some good shit. And then I decided that night to get drunk with some Marines and smash Gilbert's nose, and the whole from there went as I was telling her. You want me to tell the whole story again? I will.
No, I mean if you want to.
No,
I mean this is
you know
going on a
basically,
different platform.
Okay, yeah, these are for the ninjas out there.
Right.
So basically, all right, so we're gonna put it in juggalo fashion. All right, so I smashed the nigga's nose. They thought it was cool, so they're like, look, we can teach you the right way to do shit, and they offered me a job. And from there, I took it to, it was a national scale. It was USW, it was Jerry Lawler and Dutch Mantel and, you know, Austin Idol and all these guys, you know, big names, Road Dogg, Jesse James, and, you know what I'm saying? And right then, and then he was named Brian Armstrong back then, you know what I'm saying? So it was different gimmicks, you know.
Okay.
PG-13 was there.
Joey Owens was Brian Armstrong?
No. Joey Owens, this is fast forwarded.
Oh, okay.
Tracy Smothers, which basically took me under his wing.
Right.
And that's why me and him been so tight. That's why I brought him in JCW. You know what I'm saying? He's an icon. He's a flat out icon.
Absolutely.
Now, was that your first introduction into wrestling as a whole, or did you fuck with wrestling as a kid?
No, I watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's talking about him and his.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say.
me and my dad were diehard USWA fans. It was every morning, every Saturday morning, we'd watch USWA and then we'd go fishing. And you know what I'm saying? Or baseball would hit. You know what I'm saying? But we'd watch every Saturday morning. We watched USWA wrestling. That was the guaranteed thing that we did. So I've been watching these guys all my life, and then here I smashed one of their noses, and here I'm right there with them at TV in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of starstruck at first. You know, I was super starstruck. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Jarrett was there, and Bill Dundee, and Jamie Wolfie, and Brian Christopher. And, you know what I'm saying? And all these guys were there. And that's when Lawler pulled his okie doke with WWF. You know, he was going back on a full contract. He sold it to two different guys who had two different minds, and the TV taping was a disaster that day. And one company went one way, the other company went the other way. You know, in Nashville, and that began KCW, which was Kentuckiana Championship Wrestling back then. And there was a Shooting Stars and Mike Samples, and then Dutch came over, and Jamie Wolfie was still there, and different thing, different crew. And Ian Rotten had started doing the deathmatch stuff at the old bingo hall off Dixie Highway in Louisville. And that's basically, Ian was flying the shows. Jamie Wolfie said we get more money. Ian handed me a flyer, said check my shit. I came out there, seen all the weapons and the blood. I was a big fan of the ECW style shit back then.
Right. As was everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, I was watching Sabu flip through shit and all that. I'm like, man, this is it. This is where I want to be. And then Pondo started ringing my head with stop signs, and you know what I'm saying? The rest is history. You know, I started building from there. And then I made a national name for myself, started wrestling in Detroit a lot. I was headlining. I took the world title from Sabu in Detroit. He was going back to ECW, so he dropped the world title to me in Detroit. And at that particular time, sorry fellas, got the king point.
It's alright.
Answer that, Gary. Joe and them offered me, you know what I'm saying, hey, come hang out. You know, I knew ICP, I was the first person to start coming out to ICP stuff. I was coming out to Halls of Illusions and things like that for IWA and South. American Kitbuster started using some stuff. You started using Chicken Hunting, and then, you know what I'm saying, we started involving Joe and Joey's stuff. And this is before I started wrestling with them. Then they did the first national tour, and I was doing other stuff nationally, but Pondo and Tony went on the first major tour they did. That brought me back into the second Stranglemania where we did the Exploding Bob Wire. It was me and him versus Pete Madden and Pondo. And that's where fucking Tom got stabbed by fucking Abdullah and all the craziness, you know, the crazy stuff.
With the fork.
With the fork, yeah. Yeah.
That's
and then
the signature right there.
Yeah. So that's when all that was born. Then I got in with Joe and them, started doing more security gigs, different spots, moved up the ranks at Psychopathic, became Joe's right hand. Rudy had left. Joe needed somebody to help him book Hollow Wicked that year because he was the one to bring JCW right after Hollow Wicked was performing. And that's where we started implementing JCW as a regular at the parties. Me and Joe talked. We decided,
we never got to fucking make it to.
And then we started talking and making, saying, you know, bottom line was I wanted to take this shit because JCW was considered a joke. You know what I'm saying? People didn't take it seriously. It was just a flop. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, listen, if I'm going to do this, we're going to do it right. We're going to take the shit out. We're going to put ship in it. And we're going to do it. I'm going to bring in the best talent there is.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then not only am I going to bring in the best talent, I'm also going to top the card every fucking night. They're going to have to top what I do every night. Oh, and so I not only wanted to set the bar booking-wise, I also wanted to set the bar in the ring. It's real easy if the guys will follow you if you're busting your ass.
Right.
So if I'm busting my ass every fucking night doing the shows, and the boys see that, and then they're going to want to try to top what I'm doing, and it makes the show better for everybody.
And I gotta say, in those years, man, and this is like, alright, so at this point, I'm just a mark. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, I don't know fucking anybody. Like me and this dude are just doing what we do. You know what I mean? Like,
day-to-day shit.
Right, so... But like during those years, man, like there was good shit. Like we were talking about it, man. Like I
there was
remember
an incident.
Throw it on speaker. Yeah, go ahead.
There was an incident once y'all became the JWO.
Yes, me and Scott Hall.
Y'all went to TNA.
Yes, we did.
And was in the crowd. Now I've always wondered.
That was 100% shoot.
Okay, that's
dude. Weird.
Scott had talked to me. I talked to Tony and Joe, and we were doing Joe and Joey was doing an in-store in Orlando that day. And as we're all together, Scott picked Scott up, and Scott said, hey, yo, there's a TNA show tonight. And everybody's like, let's get JWO jerseys and let's just fucking invade the bastard. Well, the fucking funny part was Sean Daivari was the match that we invaded, and me and Sean have been great friends for years. So Sean wanted to implement us.
It was
so he
just
sees me, and if y'all remember, he comes up and shoves me. And they immediately want to cut to the tape because here not everybody's on.
Who the fuck are these guys?
That's when TNA was fucking doing its thing, though.
Yeah, and,
like straight up. I remember watching that. Like, holy shit, was that?
They were mad as a motherfucker because they were just letting us in as cool, and here we did, but everybody was all about us. And that was a fun night. That was a fun night.
That's fucking
I come
awesome.
out there and this guy's like, hey, we got him that time, didn't we?
This dude, the first time he ever saw, it was probably the only time you've ever seen Scott Hall, man. This dude was so starstruck, man. He just...
I'm at the gathering. I'm walking across one of the streets.
Wrestled in the main event?
It was the year with the Legends show.
Yeah, okay.
Where
That's
he
it.
was
That was
supposed
me.
to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Well, it was supposed to be.
It was supposed to be
Scott Hall,
DX
Kevin
versus
Nash,
And
NWO.
it was
versus
actually,
the Outlaws,
It
and
ended
it
up being me. It was me, Scott Hall, Nash, and
Yeah.
Heidenreich. No, Sid Vicious versus Heidenreich and the Holy Trent Acid and the other two.
Yeah, and Holy Trent Acid was the shit. Man.
Yeah.
And then X-Pac was like the special guest referee
Yes.
or something, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that dude, he was so fucking
I was walking across the street, and he rolls up on a golf cart, and I just freeze up, and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like,
Put a
holy
pause
shit.
really fast. I don't know what's going on my way.
Yeah.
Here. You got to hit speaker.
We had to take a quick pause for the cause, but we are back, and it's okay because you know what, man? This shit isn't like your typical like
that's
fucking
just
entertainment.
Listen, man, when the wife's calling, blowing your damn phone on me trying to do an interview, it's like, God damn.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about in general, man. Don't get all sensitive on me.
Yeah, look, you gotta watch the legal over here.
So like,
We just gotta
I was saying when I met Scott Hall, I literally froze. He's on a golf cart, and who owns the golf cart? Balls Mahoney was on the golf cart, right?
X-Pac.
And fucking X-Pac was fucked up on the back.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see Scott Hall, and I'm like, holy shit. And I just freeze up, and I'm looking at
Well,
him.
this is all in his head. He's not talking.
I'm not talking. I'm just looking at this motherfucker. And he fucking says it in the totally... Like, I've heard this motherfucker in interviews and shit.
Yeah.
I know, like, a lot of that Razor Ramon shit is added.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this motherfucker said it in straight gimmick, straight up, hey, big man, can you move? Like, said it like Razor Ramon was saying this shit to me. I was like, oh, yeah, bro, my bad.
So, but instead of moving, he just stood there.
And as soon as I walked across the street, I immediately had the fucking idea that I should have fucking done the motherfucking walk across the fucking
little,
street.
yeah, exactly.
But I didn't, so I fucked that up.
Yeah, I love that fucking walk, man.
Hey, yo.
So, where was we going with that?
Well, you would.
Tell us a story.
You were just telling the story about Scott Hall because he
I
was
brought
talking
up
about
Scott,
it,
yeah.
and I was just
JWO,
gonna,
you were talking about the JWO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys did the TNA thing.
Yeah.
You invaded. We'd seen that shit on. That was right when TNA first started their TV and
Yeah.
shit, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
right.
And fucking everybody seen that shit. That wasn't the only time though that I remember seeing you on TV and shit.
No.
Like, you remember that one time we was getting high, bro, and we was watching that, what was that shit called?
Operation
Operation
Rainbow.
fucking
Okay.
Rainbow.
Now I got good. This is 100%.
And I feel like I've heard this story, and I'm gonna see.
Alright,
This
so
is what I was talking about
alright,
earlier.
so we're filming Big Money Wrestlers, all right, and we're doing long set days. She's going good. I'm banging this really hot fucking chick in LA, and each night we're working hard and banging her. Well, they finally figured out instead of paying the stunt guys $10 grand a day, Corporal Tony can do anything anyway. So we don't have to pay them any more money. They're just here. So that's going to save us $10 grand a day. And of course, we didn't give a fuck. We're down with the cause. So we start doing all our stunts. So everything you see me doing Big Money Wrestlers is me. The flips, the thing. All with the foot. I'm the foot, bitch. I'm the foot, bitch. That's Two Tough Tony doing all his shit, you know. And we're different characters in there, so we're putting on hats and shit. And we're doing things. So we had this incident where this guy comes running on stage. We try to push him back, and I lay him out. I'm like, look, man, you got to go. You got to go. He's like, fuck you. What are you gonna do? What says he did? I let him out. Knocked out. Pow. Well, the head coordinator was there that day. He also was the main guy at Operation Repo. So he said, hey, I got a gig for you. He said, it could be 2 different paydays. It's like, okay. He said, first one is if you can do it in 1 take, you'll make $2 grand. If it's 2 takes, you only make $500 because I do a reality show. And the initial thing that happens has to be what goes down or it ruins the effect. I'm like, okay, so wait a minute, let's get this straight. I'm at the Hells Angels bike club with real Hells Angels. He's like, yup. I said, okay, we're in downtown LA. He said, correct. The cops are going to show up. Okay, I'm a white boy from Indiana in LA. Being told that I'm with the Hells Angels and might go to jail in LA, black majority. Not racist, I'm just keeping it 100.
Right.
The Bloods and Crips are all, they run that super tight in the Mexican Mafia.
Oh, I know.
That's their shit in LA.
I know.
You know, and a white boy from Indiana.
We are back.
With that being said, let's reiterate just a second.
Okay.
Just go over a couple of fucking what we've talked about because we don't know what we fucked up. He fucked up.
Here's what happened.
did it.
Us being the stoners that we are, and you guys already knowing this, we're fucking shit up, man. Like, we're fucking pausing when I say we, but I'm pausing shit when I shouldn't be pausing it. I'm fucking up names and shit.
I'm just telling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I know how to beat up people.
So we talked about your exit from Psychopathic and JCW.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the fact that the match was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You did not say you weren't gonna do
Never.
the match.
Never.
Like it was
I'll
out
do
of
it to
your,
this day.
taken out of your hands.
Book it right now, please. I'm begging you. Book it. Book it.
Supermania, motherfucker.
I'm
Violent
begging
J
you.
versus Rude Boy versus.
No, I don't want to beat up Joe. Just Rudy. Me and Joe are good. I
Well,
love
there
Joe.
you go. Y'all can team up.
Joey's
Well, I
good.
just figured if we wrote you into the storyline, like right now, on the road to the gathering this year, if you.
Oh, is Joe and Rudy battling right now?
Yeah. they're-
Oh, yeah, I'm in. I'm with Joe. Hatchet boys.
So, but after that, man, like you kind of like, honestly, you disappeared for a while off
I
the
did.
scene, man. Like,
Well, I went to jail.
okay, there you
You know,
go.
honestly, I went to
That's
jail.
one way to disappear.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what happened.
Went to jail on some bullshit, and that's
Were you
it.
in there? Were you able to collect your thoughts?
I did.
Because you said you were pretty fucked up
I
before
was,
that.
and I haven't taken a pain pill in almost 6 years.
Awesome.
You know, period. I've seen it fuck up so much shit, and so many different people, my friends and shit, that have died, and I was given a second chance. I got a great wife now. I'm not with an addict, so that helps a lot. And I changed my whole life around. I got different people around me. I surrounded myself by all positive stuff instead of always pressure, negative. You know what I'm saying? And I just changed everything, my whole outlook on shit. And then I decided if I come back to do shit, it's got to be for the fans and a good fence. Because I'm not just jumping back for anybody.
Right.
And that's what I've done. You know, I did a big show for VOW. I've done 2 spot shows just in Louisville for the fans in Louisville, and then I've been working with AWR. And that's kind of where I'm at. You know, today was my finale on Turney's because I don't heal like I used to.
Right.
My punches will still knock you out. I'm gonna end this shit in about 9 minutes.
So what separates like a regular just flat out hardcore match from like going into like a deathmatch tournament?
Because I'm wrestling 4 matches to wrestling 1.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can give all I got in 1 match. I don't have to repeat, go out at this match and then do this shit and then do this shit.
What did he say? I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Yeah. And that's a shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not.
That makes sense now.
I'm not 24, 25, and 30. You know what I mean? Like, I could heal a lot better than, you know, even doing shows night after night. Tournaments didn't affect me where, like, I mean, I got my elbows were fractured, my ribs are screwed, and I didn't do a shit ton tonight. You know what I mean? I mean, I bled a lot, and there's a lot of craziness going on. But as far as a court roundabout, fuck, I wasn't in there 30 minutes every time. You know, it was quick. Of course, we got crunched because of the venue crunching them. You know what I mean? But the storylines were good. Everything was solid. It was fast paced. It was hard hitting. And I always said, if I can't give the fans the show they deserve, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And I physically can't do 4 or 5 matches in one night anymore. I just can't do it. And do it well. You know, I can do it. But then I'm robbing the people, I'm robbing who's paying it that night. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to give 4 solid court matches. Tonight I pulled it off, and like I said, that's it.
And you're just taking bumps pretty much.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked most of the night. You know, I boot camp bitch, fucking beat 4 of the baddest men in the country still, and then lost in the finals to my kid pretty much. But it was a good run. You know, still solid. I still stayed to the top with the top of the best there is going today, because that's who Gary Book was, the best in the nation right now. And I stuck with him pretty well. So overall solid. It was 2 thumbs up. Did another shoot interview tonight, which you guys were there. That was pretty fucking hot.
Yeah, that was good, man. We fucking talk about wrestling probably more than anything that we ever talk about, and like
Joe does too.
We listen.
He does too, man.
We listen to everything wrestling and fucking wrestling podcast, and like, which leads me.
Yes.
No.
What do you mean no?
Not yet.
We're here.
Not yet.
Oh,
no. Because I wanted to fucking touch on this. I remember I started to, and then we fucking left.
Okay.
So, about the time you left JCW and Psychopathic, it was like there was like a turning point in all of the whole Juggalo community and shit right about that same time, right?
Yeah.
Twisted left.
Blaze left. We all left.
Everybody left. And at the same time, Juggalos had been added to the FBI gang list.
Yes.
And Psychopathic announced that they were going to sue the FBI to get removed from the gang list. And then the march happened. Fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
The march happened, and Twisted outright wanted nothing to do with it. And that's like the... Right? Wouldn't they say that's like ground zero of the whole,
that what broke the camel's back
of the fam, like as a whole, like it's a. Are you keeping up on like some of the like turmoil and shit?
Yeah. I mean, I've kept track of everything going on because, like I said, I love the fam. I love what goes on. You know what I'm saying? And just because I'm not there in the spotlight as much, I still keep up with everything. I'm always going to keep up with everything. I got tats all over me, and I mean, they all mean shit, and I'll love Juggalos till the day I die. I've always said that. And I've repped it from day one. Before I was even with Psychopathic, I was coming out to fucking, halls and all that shit. Before wrestlers even knew anything about ICP, I was the first motherfucker coming out to shit. To eventually become a Joe's right hand and taking JCW to a whole different page. To now seeing where everything is. The thing that bothers me with the whole thing is I've been on the Dark Lords tours, and I've seen the fam together as a whole, and nothing breaks that bond. It's like I was saying earlier, when the mesh is together and you're bouncing off and everything's working right, it's just great, and it sucks, that everybody's beefing. That's why I publicly came out and said I have no heat, no problems with anybody other than Rudy. And the reason I have heat with Rudy is because the way he treated Juggalos and treats them. And the way he comes up talking shit about me, because I'll whoop his ass. We don't have to have a crowd. Just bring a camera guy. Bring a fucking camera guy.
Film it. The arena match.
100%. That's all I need. I only need 3 minutes. It'll be faster than Operation Repo. You know what I'm saying? Honest, I'm straight shooting. I am that motherfucker who will show up your door and beat your goddamn brains in if you fuck me over. It's legit. Everybody else alone. I got no heat with anybody else in this whole business.
So you was in the inner workings. You was around everybody. All the time. And they, like I said, they left shortly after you did.
Right.
Could you see it coming? Like, did you see?
Or any input on
I just
like,
seen,
why?
It was like, I got to take that as a good fall guy for some things, you know what I'm saying? And then there was other things happening, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just me that fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just me, I did, but it wasn't just me fucking up. And I think that played a part, probably, I don't know, because like I said, I was gone. I went from every day, all day to nothing. You know what I'm saying? And
it just cut off like that? Just
it was it.
Over a guest list?
Pretty much. That's pretty much what it was.
You know how fucking rumors and shit be doing. He robbed 7 people at gunpoint.
Yeah.
And fucking shit.
I heard everything.
Shit.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was, there may have total been 10, 12, 14 people. And there was like 500 people that claimed it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Including people that I'd taken care of for decades. You know, for decades.
Crazy.
Got them in free for shows forever. That straight flipped the script when they thought shit was going south, and it made shit worse. You know what I'm saying? They combining people, and you know, it was what it was. I mean, there's nothing I fucked up there. You know what I'm saying? I did.
Right. So the wrestling has definitely suffered though.
Yeah.
Like I've been to the last 10 gatherings. This is the 11 this year. And ever since, man, like there's no blood and bloody mania anymore. Like what the fuck is that?
And like we were talking earlier, man. It's like I've seen so many fucking.
Well, Kevin Gill denounced it. Who the hell's booking with Joker?
I would assume probably Rudy.
Oh, well, then that's why it's the shits. That's why it's the shits.
That's just my. I would assume that's it.
Well, then that's why it's the shits. Because Joe has a great man. Rudy cannot perform that.
Well, KG just recently, like,
listen. Here's an example. Rudy's finish is a clothesline, and he fucks that up half the time. How do you fuck up a clothesline? This is what we do, brother. Come on, stand up. Right.
I'm about to take a fucking clothesline.
This is a clothesline. Boom. All right. That's a clothesline. Rudy will fuck that up. How do you fuck up a clothesline? This is my example.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Now, since you took clothesline, you can get into your shit.
Okay.
Do you fuck with wrestling?
What do you mean?
Don't you even say that?
Do I fuck with wrestling?
Do you fuck with wrestling? What I mean by that, in your case, do you follow,
I follow
like
everything.
Yeah,
I
you
follow
still
Raw.
follow the product,
I
Raw,
follow
SmackDown.
the new AEW is coming out.
See, that's what we were curious about.
Yes, I follow the independent scene closely.
What do you think about that? They just got a TV deal with TNT, man. It's like they're coming back.
Well, see, I tell you what, if everything plays out like it's looking with AEW, Vince is in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
there's
got
a lot of money there.
You know what I'm saying? There's
There
a lot
is,
of money.
and there's a lot of young talent.
And a lot of the young talent that was in WWE are switching over. But don't become WCW 2.
Right.
Don't use all the money up. Let a few people get arrogant and fucked up where WCW is about to take it over, and then they fucked it up.
TNA fucked it up.
You know,
TNA tried to go Monday Night War.
Yeah, well, and then this just took them off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take AJ and I'm gonna take your fuck.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm
I
saying?
have more money.
In the overall, Vince is the Don of Dons.
And ultimately, that's like the. I mean, that's just like that's the fucking.
See, luckily,
like
with me and my
the brand,
product,
you know,
my
it's
product,
Americana.
it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different than Vince. So I can always put in, if the independent scene's smart and they all decide to work together instead of fighting each other, it'll be better for the fans, it'll be better for wrestling, it'll be better for everybody in a whole. The workers will get paid well. It's better for everybody. If the egos could go out the fucking door and everybody just sit down and do good business, it'd be epic. Listen, what would the pop be if I just showed up Bloody Mania this year? Out of nowhere.
I'm saying.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Holy shit, that would be fucking. That would be
Everybody
insane.
would lose their shit.
There's
man.
right time for
Like,
it.
'cause
Man. Like you've
I've
been
been going 5 years.
Like I said, I think that 10 was the biggest period,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Since
by far.
of all gatherings, even bigger than 17.
Yeah.
17 was more symbolic, you know what I'm saying? But 20, I feel like is gonna be bigger than any. it'll be
motherfucking
bigger
20
than 10.
years.
It's gonna be bigger than 10. Like it has to be. The place that they're having it at,
So
right here in
think about it.
Indiana.
They're having it in Indiana.
Yep.
The best world champion that's ever been there, with the longest reign that's ever been there. Probably the most controversial world champion that's ever been there. Shows back up at 20 out of nowhere.
That'd be fucking awesome.
In the middle of Joe and Rudy are beefing. I don't
It
know.
writes itself.
I don't know, booking committee. I don't know.
That's
Good business is
It
good
writes
business.
itself.
Good business is good business.
Holy shit.
Like, holy shit. Holy shit. You just fucking standing there in the crowd, just looking.
Yeah, and I don't even have to walk to the ring. I can just walk straight to the people.
That would be fucking cool.
How about this, guys? How about I just buy a ticket this year together and just show up
And just be there?
and just be there?
I'm down for it, man.
We
Like you said, you don't
Jelly's
have
doing it.
You don't have no.
Jelly
Jelly
Roll's
Roll's
doing
doing
that
it.
Jelly's
yeah.
done.
Fucking
I don't have no even nobody, no, other than Rudy. that's both.
So, I guess with that being said, have you talked to anybody since then? Have you talked to Billy, Dougie, any of them? No?
I sent Dougie a couple messages. I still got Joe's house keys. They're still, honestly, I still do both houses. I can drop them off, Joe. You can take them on. But
just go in there and move shit around.
no, I would never do that. He knows that.
Dude, still just move shit.
Look, I'm always
the remote in
professional.
the freezer.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I will not. One, I'm clear-headed these days. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not up on a bunch of crazy shit. I'm not doing a bunch of stupid shit. So me outlandishly, it would never happen. I would never disrespect him like that. He's done too much for me. Would I buy a ticket to the gathering and hang out with Juggalos? Yeah. Am I thinking about it? Yeah.
You should.
Definitely.
It is the 20th.
It is the 20th.
You know?
Like I said, it's definitely.
And I definitely wouldn't be there starting no drama run. I'd just be hanging with y'all. You know?
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hang out with you.
But that would still be like some straight up like, I'm here.
Yeah, you see that? That'd be the thing. They're gonna be thinking like I'm a gangster.
He put a picture out a little bit ago when we first started the shit.
Yeah.
Actually, it was when you were
doing the
stopped
shoot.
it with the shoot.
Yeah.
Just a picture, and ask who's wondered what happened with Corporal Robinson and shit. And that shit, he put it on the Juggalo Gathering page. That shit went nuts. People are already like, "Where's the interview? Where's the interview?"
Where's it at?
Like, hold on, motherfucker, chill.
So like tomorrow, it's gonna do pretty good when we put it up. That's for sure. Because a lot of, like I was saying, a lot of people have been curious.
I may do that, fellas, for real. I mean, just buy a ticket just because I love the Ninjas and I love the Gathering. I haven't been there in fucking 7-8 years.
Do it. I fucking recommend anybody to get it. Fucking,
I mean, the Gathering too, man. It's epic.
It's gonna be, and this year, like the acts that are going to be
The
there,
acts are amazing.
they haven't really announced a lot of the wrestling, and that's another thing that they haven't been doing recently.
Yeah,
it's like
recent
announcing
years,
like
the
matches
wrestling has
and
kind of become like a fucking. Oh, it's there, but it's not.
It's not where it was.
Although I must say, tripping acid in Oklahoma watching Lama Nama Lucha Libre was pretty fucking entertaining.
Listen, it does not top Midnight Massacre.
No.
What's that one shit that used to be?
No, dude, in
What was that?
oddball
What was
wrestling.
that?
Oddball
shit.
wrestling, baby. Oddball
Oh,
wrestling.
flashlight wrestling.
Flashlight was
Hey, that was
classic.
my
The
fucking
original
shit.
where we came out with the flashlight. Shit, man, we hit the flashlight. Joe, please, look. You ain't got to bring me. It'd be the shit if you did. Do flashlight wrestling again.
Hey,
Do
that
oddball
shit was
wrestling
lit.
again. Man, do the shit that made it hot, Joe. You know, you already know, brother. You already know. And I know you're going to see this. I know 100% you're going to see this.
Straight up
And I'm
flashlight
sober.
wrestling.
Can you believe that? I'm sober.
I definitely missed the flashlight wrestling.
That'd be
Dude, we
crazy.
all have
Jay,
flashlights
if
and
you're
shit.
watching this, man, give us the fucking interview, please. You and Shaggy. Like,
See, we
what-
won't even ask y'all. We won't even ask
I'm
y'all.
straight to
I know,
We won't
but
even
here's how
ask y'all.
here's what I think. I watched them dudes do an interview with 2 little girls, man, and I'm like, I've been a fucking fan like my entire life, dude.
That's
Like,
just how it happens.
how did 2 little girls trump me?
If y'all see this and y'all hear him talk about the interview, look, we'll do it like this. We won't even do the interview as ICP. It won't be ICP, but we'll do a straight wrestling interview. You motherfuckers
that's
are giving
what's
every
up.
company.
Listen, I seen something go up, and I'm 100%. I signed that bitch about ICP being in the WWF Hall of Fame.
Hey, yeah.
That shit should happen.
People have been
Listen,
pushing
let me
for
tell
that
you,
shit, man.
and I'm honest to God, there's no bigger fans and love of this wrestling business than Joe Bruce.
I don't
Joey
think putting them in the
you know what I'm saying?
celebrity wing is where they belong, though.
I think they
work
deserve.
matches.
Yeah, they deserve to be in a wrestling wing.
Yeah.
But just as a factor of what they've done for the wrestling business and what JCW was when we all talked
People
about
were trying to get them put in the celebrity.
Joe
shit.
Bruce.
I mean, it should be the celebrity for one because, like, you were in. Sorry, go ahead and
But
finish.
Drew Carey wasn't in no matches.
My whole deal is there's not a greater mind in the wrestling business than Joe Bruce. That man knows the ins and outs. He knows characters. He knows storylines. That man was a G. Me and him, the nights me and him would have, after we're doing other stuff, and it would just be me and him sitting up on the porch chilling, or in the lotus pot chilling. And shit he come up with, he'd already have out. He'd be like, all right, Corp, what do you think of this? And he'd go over fucking 22 matches for the next fucking 4 tables. And I was like, God damn. I was like, all right. And then I'd put my twist on things. Like, all right, let's do it like this. But Joe himself wrote everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, the story, or who's what. He turned Sexy Some Goody in there. He turned Congo Kong into the monster he was in TNA. He turned all these major characters that he don't get credit for. And I've always given the man this much credit. His mind for the business is unbelievable. He is one of the best wrestling minds ever that I've ever had the pleasure of being around. You know, and that's honest to God. I can't help that, man. I just can't stop, man. That fucking cocksucker, man. And that's me totally sober telling you. Fuck him.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
So you're not doing the tournaments anymore,
No.
but you're still lacing them up.
I'm still lacing them up. I have a few select shows I'll do, but it's only for certain people. Yes, you're one of them. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? That will be it. I got to have a couple major surgeries coming up. There's things that I'm going to be out for a little while after they're done. And I'm doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? So so many years of abusing my body has come back to haunt me in my older days. You know, but I did a lot of shows in a lot of places and a lot of things. And that fucking I should have probably been dead 10 years ago. You know, that made it through it. God willing, I made it through that shit. And now I can pick and choose where I go. I've done everything in this business. I have nothing left that I have to prove. Nothing at all. The only thing I do now is for the fans. I strictly do shit for the fans and the ones that really want me around. There's certain people that I'll show up for, like you guys, that I'll do, you know, interviews or pocket. But that's it. You won't see me doing them all the time anymore. You don't see me do any of that because I don't. When I speak on something, I mean it. You know, and like I said, to see me is only gonna be with a certain select few. That's it. You know, I don't play myself out. I don't hang out at the clubs anymore. I don't hang out at major shows. If I'm there to work. I'm there either running backstage stuff or I'm there to do the show. Or I'm hanging with my boys. That's it.
I always had a question that we quit asking people for some fucking reason. Let's rewind back in the day.
Okay.
You said you were a UWA fan with your dad when you was a kid and all this.
USWA, yeah.
Who were you excited about? Like who were you a big fan of back when you were a kid?
Okay.
Who really got you into wrestling?
There was a few. Terry Funk.
Okay, that's legend.
The original Sheik.
Legend.
Sabu.
All legends.
And Tommy Dreamer.
Fucking Dreamer, man. I have an autographed Tommy Dreamer framed up. It's like my prized possession, dude.
Yeah.
I love Tommy Dreamer, man. That guy's he's so cool and he has such a great mind for the business.
He's one of the best ever. Tommy's one of the greatest douchebags I've got to work with him numerous occasions. I was lucky to be able to work just about every major ECW star there was. Throughout my career, I've worked just about everybody. I was really close with all of them. Me, Chris Candido, everybody, Tammy, all of them. Me and Balls were tight ass with everybody. And Tommy's one of the most humble men you'll ever meet, and I think he's one of the bookers at AEW now. I think he's always doing his own shit. I think he got a raw deal with Paul. He was the heartbeat of ECW. Tommy Dreamer was the flat-out heartbeat of ECW.
He's going to be at JCW this year.
Yeah. He's
Sabu,
Joe and Ember. Yeah.
Sabu, Sandman.
Yeah.
Dreamer, and who else was it?
Somebody the franchise.
Shane's great. I love Shane too. I've had a pleasure, like I said, working with Shane a lot. That's icons right there. They call me legends, which I appreciate. If I'm a legend, they're an icon. You know what I'm saying? These guys paved the way for me to be able to do what I've done for 25 years. And they're great guys. You know what I'm saying? Overall, great guys.
Do you still love it just as much?
Yeah. I will till dad died.
Yeah.
I love this business. I don't regret a fucking thing. The only thing I regret was that 2 years where I was married to Keynes and I was fucked up on. I regret that. To let myself spin out of that control to where I just wasn't thinking right. I wasn't thinking right. I wasn't saying shit right. You know what I'm saying? It was just every day to day, whatever happened. I didn't give a fuck. I mean, I gave a fuck, but my whole thing was how high could I get? You know what I'm saying? I was trying to cover up pain and issues and other things, You know, with how fucked up can I get? Can I get fucked up and still do my job? I thought I was doing my job great, but no way. There was no way. I went from being the top at my game to probably the bottom of my game in that period.
So, I've always been curious, like, you traveled around everywhere, man. Like, is there any spots in the country that just, like, you're like, fuck yeah, like, food-wise? Like, you're just like, oh, this is my spot when I go here, man.
Yes.
Like,
Well, yeah. The New York spot, we used to go with Joe and them 24/7. It's right by the, it's just, oh man, it's unbelievably wings. Speaking of wings, there's a spot in Milwaukee, Wisconsin called Tompkins. Let me tell you, boys, I thought New York had the best ever. Tompkins wings in Milwaukee, and I will send them to you if I need to, or just let me know. Come up there and let's have them fresh.
is that where you live?
That's
in
where I'm
Milwaukee?
at right now, yeah.
I know so many people in Wisconsin. I would love to get out to Wisconsin.
How is
Let me
that?
tell you something.
Every time we like, he has like mad Wisconsin groups, like different groups of homies that he always kicks it with at the gathering.
Yeah.
And they don't even know each other, right?
Right.
They're just
They're
different
just separate
It just
groups
ends up
that
being,
all live in Wisconsin.
right. But you know, it's crazy you say that because I know all the groups that do that, and it's crazy political. I don't know why or what the deal is up there with them, but they just need to chill the fuck out and all become family and whatever the fuck. But you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what Twisted and all them are going through right now. Like it's happening in the juggalo world. Like everybody's got their own little cliques and everybody's got their own people, and you can't hang out with him, or you hang out with him.
What I call it is everybody tries to out cool everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? When we first started, we're all fucking scrubs. And we all were down together. And we all looked out for each other. When did looking out for each other become a problem? You know what I'm saying? When did looking out for each other?
Always wondered when looking out became the thing, because like what I always like drew me to it was the fact that they were like, motherfucker, like I'm not the motherfucker you want to be around. Like you can't. I'm not trustworthy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not the motherfucker you want to loan money to. I'm not the one you want to leave me around your girlfriend with. I'm not the one you want me watching your house. Like that's what attracted me to it. It was like god damn, that's me.
Yeah.
And then we come here and like motherfucker, we're supposed to be looking out for each other. Like motherfucker, I would not put any of you in my house ever. Like, no. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a bottle of water every day. You're dying.
Because when the first gatherings were going down, bro, everybody brought their own certain butts. Everybody brought their own certain dumps. Everybody brought the girls were fucking insane. Like that, and I would say that. And Madman Pano was the first one that said, "Brother, the gathering we became Brad Pitt. That's why I could drive around the golf cart in the fucking between the 2 hours I would have a break, and I'd probably get laid 7 times, and I wouldn't catch anything, thank God, and I would do the same thing the next night, and you know, and
I didn't have no gathering experiences like that.
oh, I did.
He's like, I did,
A lot.
motherfucker.
And it was amazing, because when the stress and everything's going on, and you got this hot ass lead, and she's not with anybody, there's no drama, and she's like, I want to fuck now. And you jump on the car, and then you find a spot in the woods, wait for everybody, you bang the bitch, you go out, and then you have another one that walks up and says, hey, I want to fuck now, hang on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how bold they are. They don't throw no punches at the gathering. They're walking around half naked and ready. You know, all I did was I made sure I took them to the shower. Made sure I took a shower real quick because I needed to scrub my nuts from the last situation. And this was before I was married.
Stop by the. You got a bottle of water real quick?
Yeah, you know, no, we in charge. We're okay. And I had.
Some of us should get the fancy life.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just talking shit.
I'm not. I mean, it was true.
That's awesome though, man. I'm just jealous. That's all.
You know, and for a few years I was there, and then you get to the point to where you end up dating a few, and then that's when that stops because everybody's always talking and you know, there's chicks with that. You know, you're still getting laid at together, but the 7s and 5s go down to 2s, 3s, 1. But it's the same one, and she's 5 usually.
3 ones.
3 ones, too. 2 at the same time. You know.
Couple twos.
But I mean, and the thing is the different people that are around, and the different cultures and the different ways, you know, of everybody coming together.
Right.
And still party. And trust me, I was working almost 24 hours a day. I'd have the time from where Joe Bruce fell asleep to the time I needed to wake him up for their shit. So that was between 4 and 9 was my time. Right? That's when you would see Corporal and Tony on the old guy. But then I'm still working. I'm still making sure everybody's good. I'm still making sure no shit's going down. I'm checking all the spots.
It's just a little bit less
stressful.
Stress, yeah.
Yeah, you know, a little less stressful. And we get to hang, you know what I'm saying? I'm signing shit. Of course, I always was signing shit. Even when I was working, I was signing shit. And the court keeps saying, yep, here. And I have to hurry, you know what I mean? But still keeping Joe safe, Joey safe, you know, JJ, Ruby, Sugar Slam, and all them. When it was a family, that was my gig, make sure they were safe at all times, and I took it very serious. And I still would have did, you know what I'm saying? That was what I did. Me and JJ were roadies. Fucking, that's when we did the video, and the Jada, she was with me every time out there Slam TV, all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you know you're tight. Me and Joe are tight if I've got this kid with me 24/7.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He has to trust me then. But then I was good. And like I got nobody to blame but for myself for the errors. But I've learned from them. I ended it. Like I said, I haven't taken a pain pill or anything like that in almost 6 years.
It's awesome.
You know, and it sucks when, you know, it takes something that drastic in jail and all that to change your thinking on things. But sometimes you need that.
It's what you need.
You know what I'm saying? If I wouldn't have got locked up then, if I wouldn't have lost the gig at Psychopathic, I'd probably be dead. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd probably OD'd and I'd been one like Trenton, you know what I'm saying? God rest his soul, but like with some other brothers that didn't make it. So luckily I did lose the gig. I did go to jail. I got to sit there in solitary for 6 months as a federal gang member, which is a crock of shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you're sitting 6 months in solitary, you got nothing but time to think. And you analyze everything you did and what you could have done different and what you fucked up on. And when you get out, which I've been out almost 4 years now, like 5 years now, you realize you don't want to make that mistake again. It's just not worth it. And when you're away from your family and all that shit, and you know, the only cool thing about jail was I learned how to make a lot of cool foods. Like I can turn ramen noodles into a beast mode. I can make all kind of shit. I will make them with slaves like you wouldn't believe. I make some shit, man. I didn't get this big and not be able to eat. And I ate.
I watched this shit on YouTube called After Prison Show.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers make gourmet meals.
Yeah,
shit.
bro. I can cook a pizza. I can cook a fucking thing. Bro, I'm telling you, I can make chicken wraps. I'll hook you up one day. You will not believe it's jail.
Yeah, speaking of chicken, man, this is what I love so much about our show, too, because we get so high, man. We'll fucking ask 20 questions, and the one question that we wanted to know, which was, where the fuck is this wing spot?
Okay, it's Tompkins.
Tompkins
In Milwaukee.
Now, is it killing? Everybody keeps selling this.
Brother,
what's the spot in Detroit?
Across the street from St. Andrews.
That's fine. Smashes. Listen, I'm telling you, this is the best spot in the United States. I've been everywhere in the country. Everywhere in the country. I've been to every wing spot in the country. This place blows out any fucking wing spot. The wings are big.
There it is.
Look, man, there's this dry rub, and I thought the first time I'm like, they're just overhyping this shit. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, see, you said dry rub. I'm already like, I'm a saucy kind of guy.
Me too. I am too. And I got a Thai. They got a Thai sausage. Oh my god, it's called JB3. That shit is fucking fire. And I was like, man, there's no fucking way that they're this good. I said, all right, give me 48. I want 48 wings. So I tried every fucking flavor. I had them buffet it. Called my boys up, said, hey, come up here and have some wings with me. They're like, where you at? I said, Tompkins. They're already there. They knew before I did. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I'm already on the way. I said, dude, you brought 7 people. What the fuck? He said, man, they knew I was cooking. I was bringing them with me. Like, fucking, I ain't buying their tab, you know, motherfucker. Just my boys. So I tried these, and they're thick. They're meaty. The flavors are unbelievable. It's unfuckable. Unfuckable. I promise you, Milwaukee Tompkins.
Got the hand rope.
And look, if y'all make it up there, I got you. I will take you all to Tompkins on me, bro, on me. And they even got wing nights there.
In a Brewers game?
Oh, 100%. Oh, what about my motherfucking Bucks right now? Woo! We got beat tonight, but we're gonna win in 5.
Man, there's a lot of underdog teams that have been fucking coming up, man. Like I was hoping.
Have you been to Brewer Stadium yet?
I have not been to Wisconsin ever.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! All right, come on up. Come on up. I got you covered. We'll do a Brewer
That's
game.
why I said it's so weird.
Look, man,
We're
gonna do a Brewer game. We're gonna do goddamn Tompkins. And it's gonna be the shit.
That's why I said it's so weird.
We'll tailgate the whole day. Almost like we're
excited. I would do that, dude.
I'm serious,
I
bro.
would.
So let me know. We'll 100% set it up. I got people who got good seats on everything. We'll even go to the bus with. I can get tickets to the bus.
I've never been to a baseball game or an NBA game.
We're already hitting South Carolina this summer too.
Yeah,
man,
we're making it
We
true.
got a crazy summer planned, actually.
That's what's up. And that's the best thing about is traveling.
Yeah.
The different people that are traveling is the best.
Traveling.
Touring the country with Joe and them, man, it was never nothing like it. We were in different city, different state every day, and there's nothing like it. Well, nothing like it with wrestling, and of course with Psychopathic when I was there. There's nothing beats traveling the world, meeting new people, new things, new faces. That's what this life is all about.
So the question is that, like, if he was to hit you up tomorrow and say, hey, we need you to come back and run this wrestling shit.
I got you. Here, I'm gonna give you myself right now. And I ain't on no whole shit. You call me, I answer. Straight up. You all call me, I'm gonna give it to you right now. Y'all ain't getting it.
Nope.
I love y'all, for real, but you can't be blowing me up. If I fuck with you back in the day and we cool, hit them up, they'll get to me, and then we'll talk.
Hell yeah.
And that's real shit.
So as you're done with death matches.
I'm done with tournaments.
Deathmatch tournaments.
Yeah, tournaments.
It's like I'm still doing
It's
deathmatch.
only
It's way to get paid.
at some point, you're gonna fucking wrap up your career.
I am. It's coming close.
When that happens, what's next? Do you teach? Do you
yeah, I'm gonna
go behind
basically
the
do
scenes?
basically what I did with JCW, except for not being in the ring. I'm just gonna do backstage stuff.
So if
I'm gonna start a wrestling school back up, so we'll probably be here in Indy. We're done making some talks, so the school will probably be here. We'll start the wrestling school full tilt, probably with AWR, and me doing a combo pack, and then we'll. That's it. I'll run shows. You know what I'm saying? I'll book backstage stuff. You know, they'll handle it money wise. Because truthfully, money shit. I don't want to fuck with it. Just give me I'll book the talent.
So,
I get you the talent, and I'll run the angles.
If Joe was to hit you up, say 5 years from now, or well, I don't even know, at any time,
Right.
and say, hey, we want you to come back and run JCW again.
I'll be there tomorrow.
It's good to know. That's what's up. If you see this shit, you already heard it.
I'll be there tomorrow. Just the history and what we've done was so amazing. I 100% believe and know we can do it again.
Like I said, the pay-per-views are gone.
I know for a fact we can do it again. The mind of his mixed in with what I know about the business just meshes well. And yeah, hey, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Y'all know how to get a hold of me too. Hey, I've seen this game myself on the show.
I got it.
I gotta ask this question. It's my daughter. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday.
Happy birthday, baby.
And I don't know if you remember, a couple years ago, you meet so many people, a couple years ago you worked the show CCW.
Yeah.
At the, I don't remember where the fuck it was. It was
Coliseum, what?
No, it was at, what was the spot where it was always at? Like the big spot.
Oh, you're talking about
German Park.
German Park with
Yep.
Rob Kincaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in
Okay.
peace.
You worked the CCW show.
Uh-huh.
And we met you afterwards, and my daughter was just excited to be at wrestling.
Yeah.
She had no idea who any of the people were.
Right.
It's just like I'm telling her, I'm like over here, like, look, Court, that's Court. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's me and JCW. And I think you had a hatchet man either jersey or
Yeah.
a shirt on that night or something.
Yeah.
And she was all about it. So she wanted to meet you, so we stayed and we waited for you and we talked to you.
Yeah.
And you signed. I have a belt that's like, I'm picky as fuck about who signs this shit.
Right.
You signed it. I think I've got Pondo on it, Too Tough Tony, and Raven and McFoley.
Great.
I'm trying to keep that shit like a hardcore fucking.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like I need to get a few more people, but.
Okay.
She wanted me to ask you. She always has the question that we ask people sometimes. What is your favorite horror movie?
Okay. This is easy.
Of all time.
My favorite. I'm a Friday the 13th guy, and I'm a huge Freddy Krueger fan.
Okay.
All right. So the Freddy versus Jason shit was awesome for me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my favorite all
Still
time.
waiting on Jason versus Michael Myers.
I know. Let me tell you, my all-time favorite film right now is the brand new Halloween.
Hey, it was definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely worth
by
the wait,
far
man.
the
Like, it
fucking
did not disappoint.
amazing. Flat out amazing.
Yeah, that was good.
My all-time feud is Freddy versus Jason.
Hell yeah. And then it's kind of a two-parter on that question. What horror movie terrified you that you never wanted to fucking watch again?
Okay. It was Pet Cemetery.
Hell yeah.
Because I seen it when I was
She just
young.
seen that shit the other day.
Yeah, and I was young when I first saw it, and when that kid comes up out of the, you know what I'm saying, for the first time, and the fucking cat and all that shit, and then the dude smashed, and holy fuck, that was the first one I seen.
I'm trying to keep
And
shit
then,
old school.
Right after it, I seen Cujo, and I was terrified of German Bernard. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, Cujo
so
fucked me up,
I went
too.
on to Stephen King, and that was the thing in jail, was I got to read every Stephen King book. And then I went into
Yeah, I read some too.
Yeah,
and I read some like
and I went
read-
straight in. I'm my shit. I know people are like, "What the fuck?" Whatever. Game of Thrones is my shit. I watched it from day one when it started all the way to the.
I just recently started
Bro,
watching.
you got to go back.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, okay. It's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I have to start it.
I was the original thing. Look,
I'm late.
let me tell you, it does not. All I can say is everybody you love will die.
Oh, so you couldn't even tell me that.
No, I'm just saying. Like,
I mean, that's just
but
like
it's not gonna. The plots change. Everything. Nothing. I'm not gonna give nothing away.
I'm in season
Just-
3 right now.
Just put everything. It starts off with Edward Stark. You're in season 3, so you've seen 1.
Yeah.
So with Edward Stark, the top guy getting his head chopped off.
Yeah,
that
the main,
tells you
the main
that
guy of the. You think he's gonna be like the
the
fucking
top king.
Yeah, you think he's gonna be rich.
Off with your head.
Yeah, they cut his head off in the first season.
The first season.
Yeah,
And they killed the dude that he's working for.
Shh. You haven't seen enough. You just killed the first
I'm
season.
behind, man.
Anyway, tonight was the end, and I haven't seen it yet, and I've stayed away from the internet other than the show tonight. What people are talking about.
Are you stoked about it?
I'm so fucking geeked. I'm pissed because it's over, but they're doing a spinoff.
I had to go watch.
So I can't.
I had to go
can't
watch
wait.
Avengers Endgame on bootleg just so people didn't fuck it up for me. 'Cause
I
was
haven't seen
scared.
it yet, and I haven't seen the fuck ups on it yet. So I'm not.
You know
I'm
what?
maybe-
Everyone went media silent.
Oh,
on
yeah,
it.
they did.
Yeah, I'm not there. Thank you.
Like everyone
Thank
did.
you.
Like everyone made
Because,
a big deal out of that. Like
I
no,
was
don't ruin
traveling.
the movie.
We've been traveling so much that I haven't had a chance to see it. Now my nephews have seen
Amazing,
it, my
that's all I'm
and they're like, look, it was well worth 3.5 hours, and I was like, fuck.
It don't feel like 3.5 hours.
Nah, that's what I heard.
At
Because
all.
the first one, where everybody gets wiped into me, I'm like, yes, this is Game of Thrones stuff. Our favorites
Well,
are dying. They're all
Well,
dying.
you know, you said the Halloween movie is the best shit right now.
Yeah.
When you see that, you'll change your mind.
Okay.
Like, not saying that the
Yeah,
Halloween
I'm a
movie
huge
wasn't
fan.
still
Look,
dope.
I stick with
But-
storylines. Well, us wrestling, we stick with storylines. So I watch all the Avengers movies. I watch all the Marvel shit. The new fucking X-Men looks dope as fuck. And Sansa Stark is hot. I don't care.
I'm worried about a few fucking things in some universes. They got the fucking vampire dude, the sparkling guy, playing Batman in the new shit. So I'm a little worried about how that's
who?
going. What the fuck was that shit? You
I
watched
forget
all
his
of them.
name.
No, wait a minute. On HBO.
Twilight.
No, it's not Twilight.
What's his
They
name?
got the Twilight
Edward.
Edward.
His name's
Come on,
Edward.
Edward.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
I
was
got a
Batman.
13-year-old daughter.
Batman.
Well, so he could be alright.
Yeah.
They hated on fucking
Yeah,
what's his
Heath
name being on
Ledger.
Batman, and Heath Ledger's the best Joker of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he got so dark in that he died, but I mean, he did the best job of any Joker ever.
They got what was it? Joaquin Phoenix's fucking Joker, and
I
like
don't
in his
know,
own movie and shit.
I just
like,
know the new Suicide Squad's supposed to be the new that's supposed to be that Joker.
Hell yeah, I heard Will Smith did fucking decided not to do that shit or something.
No, I heard he's coming back.
Oh,
I
is it?
heard it was a tease that he wasn't.
Every movie, this is the year of movies, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
every
listen,
movie from your childhood is
I did
coming
not
out.
get back this way, not being able to eat and watch movies. And that's the best way to stay out of jail, kids. You know what I'm saying? Stay at home, smoke your blunts, eat your food, and watch fucking movies.
Watch Aladdin live action.
And Lion King.
And
shit.
Toy Story and shit.
Thank God my daughters are older. I got 13, 19, 21, and 20, so I'm good.
My daughter just turned 13 yesterday.
Okay, well, you close. She may not want to watch Aladdin.
Like,
she might. It's close. It's 50-50. With mine, she did, and she's like, nah, Dad, I ain't cool. I said, okay, it ain't cool.
Now you know what she wanted to do on her birthday? She wanted to come see you.
What,
and see Deathmatch.
Did she see it?
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you should have came right up to court.
She was like, I want to see Deathmatch. Like, all right, cool.
Perfect.
Like,
Well, those are ninjas that were dancing and stuff right there at the edge with you guys?
Yeah, well, I had my 3-year-old, my twins and shit with me too. They
Well,
were
not the youngsters. They had, there was a crew of juggalos that were on, I want to say, the stage side, front stage side, that was sitting front row. There's 4 of them.
Wasn't us.
I know, I'm saying, was they with you guys? Do you know? Okay. Because, boy, she was getting down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she was it. She was it.
Fucking Juggalos is definitely still fucking with you. We still fucking with you.
Right.
And I fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I will fuck with them till the day I die. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. You know, I don't have this for a reason. I wasn't with them 15 years just because.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because I love the company, I love the product, and I love ninjas. And I fucked up what I fucked up, and it's the bottom line. You know, there's nothing I can do to change that. All I can do is improve myself, and I have the last 7 years.
So just one last, who's your favorite person to work with in JCW?
Terry Funk and Scott Hall.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking awesome that you even say that you work
Fuck,
with
man.
it, dude.
Terry Funk and
See,
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall's the shit, but
awesome.
Terry Funk is like next level.
Scott Hall was Terry Funk was my manager, and I wrestled Scott Hall in a main event of Bloody Mania 1.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking dope. Well, you got anything else, my guy?
Nah.
Hey, Corp, man, thank you
Not
so
right
much
now.
for
I'm
fucking
sure-
being on the show.
I'm sure we can
appreciate
think
it.
of some more shit.
Look,
and
we
then
could,
we'll ask him
but we're
another
not
time.
getting
Anytime y'all want me, you just let me
See?
know.
There you go.
Look,
We'll do
Look,
another
it's almost 5 in the morning. I guarantee you, Alyssa's gonna be calling me like any second. Like, where are you at? I'm gonna get a text
Don't
message.
feel that. My wife's like, what the fuck?
I know. Supposed to be date night and shit. Close them out with it. We almost didn't even do it.
Oh shit, we didn't do this.
Well, it's just we're gonna say, and that's what's up, ninjas.
Okay.
There it is.
Is that it?
And that's
What's up, ninjas?
Woo woo woo.
Hi.